Baclaran, where we had also, ito naman, electrical cooperative na humiwalay na sa NEA at napunta na sa nag-register na sa CDA. So these are the success stories that we can see, and hopefully with the kind of success that Nalungco has enjoyed, that people will join that movement and become part of what we are trying to do in the cooperatives.
May mga problems sa mga concerns in general na lang na niraise nila kanina, so ano masasabi mo?
Well, may ibang sagot sa ibang concern, and we have some of them actually have been issues that we are already trying to address. Meron pinag-usapan very simply, funding ng CDA, kailangan nagdagan. Kasi kulang ang tao nila, kailangan silang regulatory at saka monitoring agency. Ang dami-dami na kailangan, like for example in Oriental Negros, there are 155 cooperatives. They only have 2 CDA personnel to inspect and to monitor and to supervise the cooperatives. This is the kind of thing that we are hoping to solve. Yung malaking problema are the small cooperatives, yung kanilang CTE, yung kanilang Certificate of Tax Exemption, ay mahirap makipagdebate sa BIR. At doon nakalagay sa batas na tax exempt sila, ibang interpretation ng BIR. Tapos yung sa training, kung paano gawin para hindi masyadong mahirap ang required. Kasi mandatory yung training pag magtatayo ka ng cooperative. Sometimes the cost is prohibitive at saka inconvenient dahil malayo. So we are hoping that the CDA can address that. But again, the federated cooperatives have shown I also met with the federated group in Marikina, and they have the same solution as you. Sila na mismo ang naging trainer para doon sa required mandatory training. So this is another solution that you can see that with the very creative ang ating mga cooperatives, kapag talagang tinutulungan natin, marami silang sariling mga solusyon na not necessarily nangangailangan ng tulong ng gobyerno, that they use their own initiatives. That is precisely what we want to encourage.
Sir, there was this problem or contradiction between the 20% on senior citizens and cooperatives. How do you harmonize these two laws?
We will have to study it, no? Because what is happening is that there are contradictory provisions in the Senior Citizens Act and 9520. So RA 9520. So we'll have to study it and see how we can make sure that they do not contradict each other. Ma-harmonize lang. Marami naman ganyan naman talaga ang aming, you can consider it a kind of a fine-tuning para hindi one provision in one law says something, one provision in another law says something different. Kaya pag-aralan namin ng mabuti and to see how are these possible solutions para na ma-harmonize ang yung ganyang klaseng problema. So it is a legislative process that we'll undertake. I have asked them to provide me with as much information as possible. I will put my legislative team to study it, and we will make. I will file proposed amendments to both laws, and I will inform, of course, the cooperative about what happened. Dahil this is to do with the discount, 20% discount on the healthcare costs for senior citizens. Hindi tumutugma din sa 9520.
Sir, sinabi mo kanina, this government is uncooperative with regards to cooperatives.
Yeah. It is. Hindi sila tumutulong. Number 1 na, yung BIR. Tinataksan yung tax-exempt na cooperative. Ginagawang mahirap makuha yung CTE. At kahit na sinasabi nila na tanggap nila ng BIR na tax-exempt, iba naman ang kanilang ginagawa. Kasi lagi ko kasi rinireklamo sa kanila. Yan. And secondly, just the funding. Halimbawa, we wanted to create an institute in the CDA so that that institute will be for the training not only of the personnel of the CDA, kung hindi pati na yung to provide training again for the trainers ng mandatory training ng mga start-up na CDA na cooperative. Hindi pa namin sinusulat. Sinabihan na kami ng DBM, hindi pwede yan. Hindi namin popondohan. Hindi naman sinasabing hindi pwede. Sinabi nila kaagad, hindi namin popondohan yan. Walang pondo yan. So, that's immediately pinatay kaagad yung initiative na yun. Hindi naman malaki ang hinihingi. We were not asking for very much. Pero, I think it comes from ignorance. They do not understand what cooperatives can do. They do not understand the potential gain for individual members if we have strong cooperatives to support them. Kaya because of this ignorance, there's this lack of support. Akala nila hindi importante. That is a policy problem that the government has concerning cooperatives.
Okay, your mother's Senator, regards this common election 2016.
Yeah.
So, ano ba po talaga ano ba makita natin na automation o balik tayo sa mano-mano?
Hindi pwedeng bumalik sa mano-mano. May batas na eh. Unless you cannot suspend the law, you cannot violate the law. And the law says that all national and local elections should be mali yung, actually misnomer yung term na automated, hindi naman automated, electronically counted. Ang PICOS naman is only a counting machine, hindi naman automated yan. So it's the electronic counting is mandated already by and the date of the election is mandated by the Constitution. So you cannot, those two things cannot be changed. Kaya malaking trabaho na hinaharap ng COMELEC. Dahil sa decision ng Supreme Court na improper yung kanilang procurement na ginawa doon sa Smartmatic, pagpirma ng kontrata sa Smartmatic. So, ngayon, they have to start from scratch. Start from zero na naman sila. Di ba, may balito, nagpapabid na sila. Binibid nila ulit yung kontrata. So, imbis na tapos ginawa nila last year, ngayon pa lang nila sisimulan. So, between now, meron ang baka maging adjustment, hindi pa definite. Pero baka maging adjustment, i-push back yung filing of COCs. Di ba, Oktubre? Baka i-push back. Hindi ko alam, pinag-uusap. Dati naman, Enero eh. So baka maging Enero ulit para to give them the COMELEC time to get. Malaking trabaho yan eh. They have to have 80 plus thousand working PICOS machines. Ngayon, ang kontrata is that yung sira na o yung na luma na kailangan i-rehabilitate. Yung hindi na kayang ayusin, bibili ng bago. So that's basically the contract that they're bidding out now. But yun na nga, that is why mabuti naman at finally, dahil napakatagal natin nag-aantay, na kompleto na yung Commission on Elections, ang kanilang appointees. Dadaan pa yun sa CA. So, we'll see what, but ang sinasabi ko nga sa kanila, wala na, hindi na kayo matutulog, hindi na kayo kakain, dahil kailangan talaga paspas nyo itong problema nito. So, they have a big job ahead of them because of the Supreme Court decision.
Sa usapin kay Total, kung sasabi mo ngayon.
Kay Total, ako sangayon ako sa aming party, kasi pag umiikot ako, parang hindi pa tayo handa eh. Kung pipilitin nila ng 2016 ang full implementation. Yung naririnig natin sa DepEd, sabi nila na wala nang backlog ng classroom. Wala nang backlog ng requirement as of 2010. It is already 2015. Tapos, ni isang classroom para doon sa additional 2 years, hindi pa nagawa, not one. So, paano nila implement ng tapos yung materials, pati yung trainers, kumukuha ngayon sila, nagre-raid sila sa CHED. Dahil ang curriculum na nasa first year college doon, mapupunta ngayon sa last 2 years. ng high school. So, kulang ang trainers nila. Inaantay, they have to hire close to 30,000 to have teachers for the additional 2 years. So yun ang malaking problema. Kaya saan sila kukuha nun? Inaantay pa nila mag-graduate yung mga education. So, paano hindi makita? Although the secretary is very confident na kaya nilang gawin, umiikot ako sa around the country at yun ang dinireklamo mo. Marami pang issue tungkol nga sa yung galing sa CHED, paano mangyayari sa kanilang status kung ililipat sila sa DepEd dahil nasa K-12. Marami pang parang hindi masyadong napag-isipan ng mabuti kung paano pag-implement ng K-12. I think it is good in terms of providing a better education for people, but the implementation has not been smooth. Simply because hindi nga napag-isipan at napagplanuhan yung mga detalye. So, I agree with I think before we implement the K-12, ayusin muna natin kung ano yung nandyan. Kulang pa rin ang classroom natin, kulang ang support natin sa teachers, kulang ang quality, mahina ang quality ng mga materials na binibigay natin school na sa mga libro. There have been all kinds of problems with that. So, sana bago mag-implement ng K-12, ayusin na muna natin kung ano yung hawak ng DepEd. There are over 500,000 teachers around the country and they lack support. And I'm not talking only financial support. They also lack support in terms of training, in terms of retraining. Kasi basta hindi naman pwede, basta minsanan lang. Ang daming bagong nangyayari, ang daming sa teknolohiya lamang, maraming nangyayari. So, I really think our priority should be first to fix the present educational system and then plan properly dito sa K-12. Puro minamadali. Hindi pwedeng madali yan because that is the future. Ang mga kabataan natin, that's the future. Kung hindi maging maayos ang patakbo sa educational sector, it will affect the future of our country. It's ganun ka-importante.
Di ba, Senator, DepEd has one of the highest budgets.
Yes.
Saan naman yung budget for the previous years?
I think the budget, yes, it has the highest budget because immediately, magtaas ka lang ng sahod. Times 500,000 kaagad yun. But that is correct. Dapat, the most important service that government provides its citizens is education. Most important. And for the future, not only of the employment of our people, kailangan they're well trained, kailangan they go to good schools, kahit na non-diploma, lahat yan kailangan talagang suportahan ng gusto. Alam naman, lagi natin sinasabi that the OFWs ang bumubuhay sa ekonomiya natin, pero we do not do anything to make them better trained. Dapat we have to back them up some more. Yun ang nakikita kong siguro we have to shift focus ng konti. Our teachers try to do the best that they can, and as far as I'm concerned, all teachers are heroes because ang hirap ng pinapagawa natin sa kanila. We are asking them to define our future and that we do not support them the way that they need to be supported.
Senator, reaction po niyo sa Juan Negros?
Wala, nag-uusap nga kami ni Gobe. Maraming ang nagpo-propose, but he has his own, Groel has some other ideas. Meron siyang mga concerns tungkol nga, especially sa kung magkaroon ng Juan Negros region. Number one, it will be the smallest region in the country. So ibig sabihin, it will be last amongst equals, not first amongst equals. There is ang argument always for the Juan Negros is dahil ang layo ng mga regional offices at it is hard to coordinate. That's a valid also. But the structure that the structure that is being proposed is just to make the one island, one region will solve that problem, but it will also raise other questions. That is why I think the governor's request that there be a study made is a reasonable one. In fact, when I get back to Manila, I will call Secretary Balisacan of NEDA and ask NEDA to give us a study as to what the economic, political, administrative effects will be for the proposed One Negros. Let us see what that study, because I was surprised to learn that wala naman palang study. It is just a proposal of, it is just a general proposal that has been made. So, before we can decide if it is advantageous, before we can decide that it will be a better provider of services to the people, let us allow our economic managers to study the question and give us, tingnan natin kung ano mga maging conclusions nila.
Sir, plano po sa 2016?
Ay, naku, madaming plano. Araw-araw nagbabago. Wala naman. Ako, nagpapasalamat ako sa mga nagsusuporta sa akin at sinasabi na dapat ako tatakbo. Pero, lagi kong naaalala na ang Pilipinas, ang bilis-bilis ng pagbago ng politika. Just the past 6 months, there have been major changes both in the administration and in the opposition. So, what will the next 6 months bring? Di ba? Kung magpa-file ng Oktubre, sabihin na lang natin Oktubre for argument's sake. What will happen between now and October is significant. Marami pang lilitaw dyan. Marami pang mangyayari dyan. So, I always go back to my father's advice. Sabi niya sa akin, keep your options open. So that's what I will do. I will keep my options open. I will prepare. I will work and continue to prepare, to organize, and so that whatever happens in the next few months, I will be prepared and we will be able to do what needs to be done.
So,
Para sa akin, sir, para tatlo yung options mo.
Sige nga.
Senator, Vice President,
and President.
Ano po sa tatlo?
Ha? Baka bumalik po sa Ilocos noon. Mayroon pang buhay sa Manila, mas ginawa sa amin. I am lucky in that sense that I have many options. That there are many options for me to choose from. That is why it is harder to choose. Kaya ganun na nga. Kaya maghahanda na lang ako kung ano pang mangyari. If I'm a candidate, if I am a supporter, if I'm what will happen. You also have to remember I'm a member of the Nacionalista Party. So I work within the party. So we have to work in coordination to whatever I decide to do. It has to be coordinated naman sa aking partido, who has been, and because I owe a lot to the Nacionalista Party. I do not forget how the Nacionalista Party has always sheltered me and protected and supported me. And so I do not want to take actions that might not be in coordination with my party. Maganda kasi ang samahan namin sa Nacionalista, puro although hindi kami ang pinakamalaki, kami ang pinaka-united, kami ang pinakabuo.
Give it a chance, maging presidente ka, Senator, ano bang gusto mong baguhin sa Pinas?
Marami kailangan baguhin sa Pinas.
Yung pinakauna mo.
Unang-una, yung ating problema, yan, yung mga sektor, education, agriculture, ang mga power, yung energy. Ang daming kailangan gawin. Walang nagawa in the past 7 years eh. Isipin niyo anong malaking project na nagawa in the past, 10 years, 12 years, 15 years. Wala naman malaki. Puro yung mga ano lang. So, ang nakikita ko is that hindi ko makakalimutan nung panahon ng aking ama, lagi kong naririnig yung phrase, nation building. Ang ginagawa natin ay, we are in the business of nation building. Di ko na naririnig yan eh. Kasi, isipin ninyo yung ginagawa nila noon. Yung education, ayusin natin kasi importante yan. Yung power generation, gawin natin kasi importante yan. Yung agriculture, yung irrigation system, yung ganito, yung research and development, lahat yan, important. So, naglagay sila ng mga institutions, para to attend to those part, para pagandahin ang bansa. We don't do that anymore. Ang iniisip lang ngayon ng mga politiko is all politics. Kung paano manalo sa susunod na halalan, kung paano tulungan yung kaalyado nila, kung paano bakbakan yung kalaban nila. Yun lang naman ang iniisip eh. Okay din yun pagkapanahon ng eleksyon. Pero pagtapos na yung eleksyon, tama na yun. Isipin na muna natin kung paano natin pagagandahin yung Pilipinas. And those are there are many serious areas that we have regressed. One of the examples is irrigation. There are fewer irrigated, the areas that are irrigated, land irrigated now is smaller than in 1986. Paano naman nangyari yun? That's 29 years ago. Imbis na dumami, naging kaunti. Our educational attainment ng ating mga estudyante is much less. Our literacy rate is less than it was before. We were the most literate country in Southeast Asia before. Ngayon, hindi na. We were the best English speakers. Tapos, kinukuha pa yung... Kaya nga tayo nagkaroon ng OFW na ganyan. Tapos, gustong tanggalin yung English sa eskwela. Yun ang naging advantage natin eh. Sayang naman. Okay? Those things like that. Yung power, naglagay tayo ng geothermal. Tayong nauuna sa buong mundo. Now, one of the first in the world, we were second geothermal producer. Ngayon, hindi na na-follow up yun. Yung mga, kaya nagkaka-brown out na. These are basic building blocks for the economy and for society. Na parang, basta pinabayaan at iniintindi nga lamang anong gagawin sa susunod na eleksyon. Hindi iniisip, what are we going to do in 20 years' time? Saan natin dadalhin ang Pilipinas in 10 years' time? In 15 years' time? So, dapat yung kung ano man ang pundasyon na pangangailangan na kakailanganin in the next 20 years, kahit wala na tayo dito lahat, gawin na natin ngayon. Para yung susunod sa atin, meron sila, they have something to build on. We're not doing that. We're not thinking in those terms. We're only thinking 3 years from now, the next election. Maraming naririnig ko yung salitang may mga nagsasabi. The problem with the Philippines, too much democracy. I disagree. Problem with the Philippines is too much politics. Lahat politika. Mag-propose ka ng project. Hindi titingnan yung project. Titingnan kung sino nag-propose. Kung sila ba ay kalyado o hindi. Kung alyado, kahit pangit yung project, sige, pondohan natin. Kung hindi, kung kalaban, kahit maganda yung project, hindi, rejected. Yung mga ganong klaseng sistema. Kaya wala talaga mangyayari sa atin yan. Look at the sinasabi yung ating economy, our economy is growing very fast. Pero walang nakakaramdam. Ang yumayaman, yung malalaking korporasyon. Hindi kulang tayo sa trabaho. Ang poverty rate natin, there are 12 million Filipinos under the poverty line. Paano nangyari yun? And they're saying we're the best performing economy in Southeast Asia. Maybe overall. Pero ang distribution of wealth natin is miserable. Kakaawa ang mga mahirap. Ang pinakamalaking problema sa Pilipinas ngayon, kulang ang trabaho. So, what do? Infrastructure development. The economy cannot grow if your infrastructure foundation is insufficient. And we're talking about, dati we used to talk about, we talk about roads, bridges, airport, ports, power generation, telecommunication, kasama na ngayon dyan yung internet. All of these things have to be put in place. You cannot just, kailangan planuhin na maganda, and you have to think in the long term. Hindi pwede yung basta patsi-patsi na kaunti dito, kaunti dyan. You have to think in the long term. Because we have to give the leaders that will follow us an opportunity to grow. To build, to have something to build on, not to start again from zero.
Sir, what about 4Ps?
What about 4Ps?
Do you agree in extending and expanding?
No, look, ang social programs, importante yan. Maraming mahirap na nangangailangan ng tulong. But 67 billion a year sa CCT, hindi gumagalaw ang poverty rate, hindi gumagalaw ang unemployment rate, hindi gumagalaw ang literacy rate. So, ineffective. Ang problema, it's ineffective. Bakit? Dahil hindi naman talagang ginawang pantawid, pinulitika. It is used as a political vote buying na basically is what it is. 67 billion ang budget this year. Yan. Nagsimula sa 25 billion nung una akong umupo na senador. Nothing has changed. It has done. So, siguro, ang analysis ko dyan, hindi huwag tatanggalin yung pag-implement, pagpili ng mga magiging beneficiary, kailangan tignan na mabuti. Include natin yung mga LGU. Biruin mo, magsisisiti ka, wala kang coordination sa mayor, wala kang coordination sa governor, wala kang coordination sa barangay captain. Saan ang galing yung mga listahan na yan? They don't come to the LGUs. Yan ang dinidebate ko nung sa every year sa budget, dinidebate ko yan. Bakit hindi kayo nagko-coordinate sa mga local government? Dahil pinipili nila yung kanilang gustong alagaan for political purposes. Eh, nakikita naman natin yung implementation. Nabibigyan, may trabaho naman. Nabibigyan, hindi kailangan yung mga nangangailangan, hindi walang nakikita. I do not understand how you can leave out local government. Ang local ba, mga mayor, mga governor, wala kaming ginawa kung hindi gumawa ng listahan ng mga nangangailangan ng tulong. Kaya pag hiningi mo pumasok ka sa sa opisina ng kahit na sinong mayor, kahit maliit lang na bayan, sabihin mo, sino ang mga under the poverty line dito? Ibigay, bubuksan lang namin yung file, nandyan yung listahan. Pero they don't do that. That's why I can only conclude that it's only for political purposes. Kaya siguro, ibalik natin yung true intent ng CCT at tignan talaga natin ang implementation. At I think that we have gone beyond. We are already at the point of, we have passed the point of diminishing returns. Kailangan i-scale back natin. At you know how many classrooms can be built for 67 billion? You know how many hospitals can be built for 67 billion? You know how many roads and bridges can be built for 67 billion? O, so, kalahati na lang, sabihin natin. O, 35 billion. Alam niyo ba kung anong 35 billion? Kalaki lang eh. So, that I think is something that exposes kung ano yung true intent ng war peace. Nagalit ka naman sa akin yung video.
Final message nyo lang po sa people.
Well, I am very happy that I was given this opportunity to come and visit Dumaguete City again, to visit with my friends, especially Mr. Limpiado, who is practically a member of our family. Dahil kung hindi nga sa kanya, palagay ko, wala na rin ako dito. At walang Marcos na naging presidente. Dahil siya ang nagsalba sa aking ama. So it's always a good chance for me to reconnect, especially with the purpose of once again seeing and commending a successful cooperative operation. So, thank you all very much.